like sucking.
But I ain't gay.
Legit bad podcast.
Fuck those honkies.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
He really knows how to suck a wiener.
Welcome to the live stream, everybody. This is the pre-show because we're waiting for Alex. I think he's smoking a bowl or something.
He said he's eating.
Why'd you go away already? What the hell, man?
Because I got crusty boogers and didn't want to pick them in front of everybody.
Oh,
Good
well,
Lord.
Yeah, there's going to be somebody who's going to say something about it. So good call on that.
At least you weren't chewing on your fingers.
So yeah, pre-show. We don't usually. Sorry about that. We don't usually do pre-show stuff anymore, just because I don't know how to use Streamlabs. So that was fun though. I like doing it. But now you can just see us. Well, I guess. No. See, we could do that. That's boring though.
Pass.
So I thought we'd just riff for a little bit while we wait for Alex's ass. I gave him the Zoom stuff, so he'll just join in whenever. But I was thinking about a weird thing the other day. I mean, it's not that weird, but it's my weird thoughts. It's like shower thoughts, but while I'm driving. So I guess it's driving thoughts. But somebody had said something about moderation and how, you should be moderate in all things. Like, you see those things like, life is short, eat the cake, do this, do that, because life is short. And it's like, okay, yeah, but you still got to live life, so you probably shouldn't eat the cake all the time or every day.
I was going to say, you still have to live directly after eating the cake.
Right, which is awful. Like, cake is terrible anyway. Don't even fucking eat cake. But I guess as it relates to us, drink the White Claw or, whatever. You still have to moderate it because, I mean, if you don't, you're going to pay for it, and that's fine if you're down to pay for it. But what I was thinking was more about moderating moderation, too. Because if you're going to be moderate in all things, you got to be moderate in moderation, too. And that would require you to be spontaneous once in a while. And I think that's where there's super moderate people. I know some people that are very, like, even-keeled all the time. Like, they always eat everything, pretty decently. And I try to do that, but then I'm like, oh, now I'm not being, spontaneous enough. Or, like, my moderation holds me back from, like, eating that extra slice of pizza. Because I'm like, no, I think
that's the whole point of the saying that everything's okay in moderation. It means you can do it every once in a while. It's kind of the point.
Yeah, I meant moderation in moderation too. Like every once in a while, go fucking hog wild. Like drink way too much once in a while. That's still being moderate, I guess. Yeah,
it is according to how I take it. I guess everyone's going to take it differently. Sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was going to say the problem with not being not moderate, and like you said, kind of like letting loose and going hog wild every now and again, is because moderation consistently like that, without like really like going, you know what? I'm gonna fucking go base jumping today. I might die, but I'm gonna go base jumping today because I've never done it and it sounds crazy. It's like not doing those extra things to get out of your routine. Moderation can start the seed of complacency. Without spontaneity, without doing things like that, you end up getting complacent with your routine because you're trying not to deviate too far from being into being just a crazy man that does whatever he wants, as much as he wants, whenever he wants. And so there's that middle line, which again is the moderation.
Yeah. That's why it was weird. That's why I was thinking about it. I was like going back and forth in my head about it. I'm like,
you're all getting deep into the reverse psychology of moderation and how moderate moderation can be.
I was like,
overcomplicating being the most medium ever.
There is an extreme to moderation. That's the weird part. Like you can go too
Absolutely.
extreme into moderation too. Like there's people, I mean,
That's
everybody
dad.
knows them. The people that are not moderate at all, they're all over the fucking place. They're just doing whatever they want, which is fine. If
Well,
they're
it can
having
lead
fun.
for people with addictions, though. I think they have to live in that moderation state, or they can be not moderate about other things. But if in their mind just go hog wild and have that drink every now and then leads to them doing that all the time, and then it's their path to
Well,
destruction.
Right. Well, that would be anti-moderation.
That's
though,
the
too.
opposite of what Ben said. I was just playing devil's advocate to what
No,
you
no,
said.
no. I was
'cause
gonna
you're-
say like that's like dad in a nutshell. Is moderation literally in everything. Like he has said multiple times. You know, I work really hard to make sure I don't have any vices. No, dad, it's that your vice is making sure you don't have a vice. It's literally everything that you do, making sure that you don't enjoy it to the point of wanting to continue doing it. And it's like,
right, and then that thing still controls you. Like that was on a South
Right.
Park, and it hit pretty deep. The South Park, it was Stan's dad,
which
I think, was
again brings complacency. And I don't know if there's a poster child for it, but I'm pretty sure if you looked it up, dad's face is there.
yeah, it could be.
I can see
But yeah, he talked about how people that can't stop drinking or whatever, and they just go the extreme. I'm not talking about you here, by the way. I just realized that, but they go the opposite extreme where they're like, "I'm just never gonna drink again." And he's like, "If you're focused that much on not drinking, that thing still controls you. It's still a part of your psychology. Like you gotta somehow get to a place where you can be like, you know what? I know drinking's not good for me. It leads to this, this, and this. I'm gonna have the mental power and the scrotal fortitude to just not go all the way. Like I know my limits. I know that if I go past this amount, shit's gonna get crazy. So you got to have your own. Like it comes back to self-responsibility, where you're like,
Well,
I'm gonna have this amount, and that might still be, controlling you because you're like, I'm only gonna have this amount. But for you, it might work. I don't know.
no, that's the
your
thing is that
moderation.
the tenacity, that thirst, it's not about it controlling you when you don't indulge it. Like for me, it had nothing. I went sometimes years with only saying I will only have this much. The problem that a lot of people have, like myself, is I can go 3, 4, 5 weeks without it. The problem is that even if I set aside a night, I got a babysitter. I'm gonna go. I have a sober driver. I'm gonna go do this and do that. If I have one, I'm going to be fucked up by the end of the night. And even though I didn't need one every day, I didn't want one with dinner, I didn't want any of that stuff, even though I would try to say, hey, I'm only going to have this many drinks, by the time you hit that level cap, booze brain is now saying, because you're not thinking yourself, you're thinking yourself the amount of drinks you allowed yourself sober to have deep. And so now that many drinks deep, you go, oh, it's fine if I have one more, then one more, then one more. And the next thing you know is the person that was thinking in moderation isn't that person thinking anymore. And part of it is like, this is why when it comes to the idea of like abstinence from drinking, controlling you still, drinking is still controlling you. If you're fighting it that hard to not drink, is like, that's why you can't stop anything until you literally want to. Like if you're forcing yourself to stop and you still really want to drink, chances are you're not done drinking and it's still controlling you. When it comes to drinking for me, I had been done for years before I stopped. Like after my last DUI, I was done and I continued to drink because I was used to it. And I had people that wanted me to because I'm fun when I'm drunk. And then it was like, it finally got to a point where there was nothing positive about it. It got to a point where it was Russian roulette every time that I drank. Not literally, people. I didn't play Russian roulette while I drank. But it got to a point with behavioral wise, like it was a Russian roulette game, and 99 out of 100 times it was fine. But there was that one night, and so I finally went, you know what? I feel even on good nights, I feel like shit. Even on nights that I don't drink enough to get drunk, I feel like shit the next day. It just finally got to a point where I was so done with it that I'm like, it's not even something that I think about anymore. Like I can go to Blair's house, or I can go to your guys' house, or I can this, that, and the other. I could even go into I'm positive that right now I could go into a bar, karaoke, and walk the fuck out, never even wanting to have a drink, because that thirst for me left. It left a long time ago. I just had to listen to that and go, yeah, I don't want to do this shit anymore.
Oh,
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, good for you. That's
Well,
awesome.
And speaking of 99,
What's up, Alex?
we got
We're
Primetime
here.
99 all
Hey.
the time in
I gotta see your
here.
underwear.
And watch your fingers, booty
Yeah,
hole man.
we got no pants. We don't ever wear
Yeah.
pants. That's
Never
the
pants.
illusion. And I just went live on my channel, so we're getting started. So I think this is the first time I've got the trifecta of Jen, Ben, and Joe, the triple threat. I think I've only gotten, I
was gonna
swear.
say
'cause-
I don't see my fucking name on your screen.
Well, I know
bro.
that's why I'm going to add it. I didn't realize you're going to be there. I mean, we've got it in the group chats, but I'm saying this is the first time it's one-on-one legit back. And Alex Stein, that's what I'm saying. So yeah,
That's why I said, yeah.
Hold on.
That's why
No,
I
I'm
told
just
you I wanted
fucking
to have
with
you
you.
come on.
Yeah, no, I'm
It's
setting it up.
totally
We're gonna
fine if
add-
you don't
I'm
have
add-
my
No,
name.
I'm adding it right now.
Alex
No, I
is
just had to. I had to do it to freaking. Hold on, there we go. And then say changes, so it should be on there. There we go.
You're way better at
Ben.
Streamlabs than me. I suck at it. I just have to stream straight from Zoom. So
Dude, yeah, that's
Well, the
actually
fact that you can see
easiest.
his pupils from here, I would say that he's probably pretty good with Streamlabs.
actually, you had
Yeah.
Jen and Joe backwards too. I'm Jen today. and
Oh
she's
yeah,
Joe.
I know. Hold on, you know how
Yes,
this
I'm Joe.
works.
What were you saying
We're
about
doing-
him being good at Streamlabs?
We're doing
Yeah,
live. We're doing-
I take it
well,
back.
dude. Well, I mean, honestly, dude. At first, I used to get Joe and Ben mixed up. I mean, the first time I ever met, I didn't
That's
know.
easy to
You know,
do.
I didn't know who was who at first. I mean, now I do because I've talked to Joe a lot more than Ben. I feel like, but it's unless that's you, Ben. Who's talking to me on social media? Who do I talk to on social
That's Joe.
media?
That's
Yeah,
Joe.
that's me.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. I can tell it's from your vibrational energy. Okay, well, shit. Tonight we are live on my channel. Oh shoot, I don't know if I went live on Rokfin. Let me go live on Rokfin. So
Get all the lives. Come on.
well, I'm saying we are good to go now. We can get. Oh shoot, let me transfer. You guys can't see all the names. Oh shoot, I got it all fixed, and then y'all can't see it all. Okay, now we are good to
hey.
go. Yes, and
Yay.
people will know Ben when he pops up that it's Ben. But so what are we talking about tonight? You know, I don't like to. I don't need to plan a topic, but
Neither do we. We never
me
do.
either.
Yeah, we don't either.
yeah, dude, I don't need to do a bunch of show prep. But okay, so the first thing I want to talk about, I want to ask you guys because now we have Jen, a lady's perspective, and Joe, they're in a relationship. What about Gabby Petito? A lot of people think it's a psyop. I think it's some sort of like sacrifice. I think it's like a sacrificial ritual, some sort of satanic ritual that they sacrificed her. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's real? Do you think it's fake? What do you think's going on?
I don't know anything about the story.
I don't know. Wasn't she in the
She was in that music video.
no, yes.
Yeah.
She
Sandy
was in-
Hook.
Yeah, she was in Sandy Hook holding up the sign like we're not irreplaceable or whatever she had holding up. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. I feel like they both had mental illness. I don't know. I don't know the story. I can't speculate on that.
So you
I
guys
feel
It's
like-
weird.
So
I-
you guys y'all haven't been looking into that. I mean, I'm just saying it's like, everybody's talking about it in the conspiracy world. Like, people don't know, is it baby truther to be like into it? It's kind of, people have different emotions about it because, like, so you guys haven't even been following that much. Like, it's kind of a waste of time. It's almost like they want us to be distracted with it. That's what people are saying. So I kind of applaud you guys for not even getting
Well,
caught
especially
up
when
in
it comes to anything that they have to say in any of the news outlets or anything that has to do with politics, I really avoid.
And they're blasting that shit all day about Gabby
Exactly.
Petito. And I feel horrible. I just feel like, yes, she probably died. We were just speculating about it with one of our friends, very far left friends, actually. And we both kind of came to a conclusion that it's possible that he got pissed at her, pushed her off a cliff, and was like, Jesus Christ, I just killed my girlfriend by mistake, and then fled like a kid would do because he's very young. And then went on a camping trip with his parents. Apparently, I did see that today. That
There's
his
so many
parents are kind of
details
covering
to
it up.
Like, there's so much backstory and details to it that it makes me think what you were saying is true, that it's some kind of distraction. It's always hard to find what we're being distracted from, though, too. But the thing that's the weirdest is I heard I can't remember who, but I heard somebody bring up the fact that these kind of cases always blow up when it's a young white girl, and I'm not trying to do the race thing
Yeah,
here,
it's
but
called
that's
missing white
fucking
woman
true.
syndrome. Missing white
Right.
woman syndrome.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
sorry, that's the proper term. I know you're looking for it, but keep going. Yeah. So why don't we care? They're trying to compare like black, like like young black people that got missing. Joy Reid on her shows, like, why aren't we outraged about this 21-year-old black male that's missing? But people are more interested in John Benet Ramsey. For some reason, they want to know that damsel in
Yeah.
distress because that's a Disney movie. Every Disney movie is like a white princess, unless they're culturally appropriating, and choosing a race. So there's a reason why people like that damsel in distress. There's a reason why people like Jen. You know, you like the blonde-haired, fair-skinned girl. That's just a very
I know I do.
likable character. Yeah,
Well,
I'm saying, but everybody does. You know, that's a lot. That's like probably, you know, society's like, you know, that's what everybody thinks is pretty, this and that. So I mean, it's just weird that
We've
that,
actually
like,
talked
you can't
about
like that. It's almost a crime to like that. So.
we've talked about the Jean Bonnet too, and it was I forget who the guest was, but there's way less evidence that she actually existed than there is that she existed and ever disappeared.
Yes,
Everything's a digital footprint. There's no solid evidence that she actually ever existed. It almost looks like the whole thing was, like you said, a Disney fairy tale, almost like everything was created for the purpose of that story.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at like the beauty pageant she supposedly won, like none of them existed. Something with
Nope.
Jean Bonnet.
Human Vibration went into that a little bit.
That's who it
Human
was.
Vibration,
We got to get her back on to go deeper into that specific rabbit hole, because that's something that stands out so much to me growing up in the 90s.
Me too.
That story. And I'm like, this is sick and twisted. The world's a fucked up place. And then you grow up a little bit and you're like, this could have all easily been faked. Like all
Look
of
at the pictures of her, though. She's wearing these ridiculous dresses. Her hair's ridiculous. Who would do that to their child? It looks like complete torture, first of all. It's just not normal. That's not natural. That's not hanging out with your kids and having a good time and making a genuine human connection. It's forcing your child to be someone they're not, 15, 20 years older than they actually are, putting them out there, and then something bad happens and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Yeah, no shit. I mean, you weren't paying attention to any of your child's well-being. And then I think they pegged it on the dad, maybe, or they tried to. Who knows who it was, though, or
We
if
never
it even
know.
happened.
And we're never gonna find out, and that's
No.
what I think is gonna happen with the Gabby Petitos. Like, we're never gonna find out. We're not gonna know. They're never gonna be like, "Oh, it was Brian." Like, he'll probably end up dead, and so it'll be Brian and him, or
Yep.
Brian and her both dead, and we won't have. It'll be two dead people. Can't tell. What is it? Dead man tells no tales. So two dead.
He'll get
people.
Epstein, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it seems
Well,
like that easy.
You go and listen to somebody like Craig Sawyer and realize that kids are going missing every day, and they're being trafficked, or they're killed, or they're tortured, or all the above. But then for whatever reason, somebody with a sliver of fame ends up going viral for going missing. And it's like, why don't they just have a list of names at the end of every segment, scroll for the amount of kids that were abducted and lost or went missing in the time that it took them to do the newscast?
No, that's interesting you say that, because that is part of why this blew up, is because she didn't just have a sliver of fame. She had a huge TikTok and Instagram channel, and that's probably
She
part
did.
of it.
Was it that big though? Was it that big? I know it's huge now, but I don't know. Did you know?
Way bigger
was
than
it-
mine.
Well, no shit. I mean, it was big. I'm just saying, Joe, like, it is weird, like how much she's blown up now. Because supposedly, when you look at the dash cam footage, like, she's saying that they're fighting because he says that she has a little channel and, like, you know, she's not gonna make it. Like everybody says, like any content creator, there's always that doubt. So, like, now that she made it, it's almost like too good of a story to be true. It's like, you know, it's like.
Is there a
Like a
possibility
Hollywood
that
fairy
was
tale.
staged so she could get followers and become famous?
Yeah, she's
I
probably
mean-
still alive.
I
That
know.
was the
Super
first
similar.
thing.
What about Sherry Papini? Do you guys remember Sherry Papini? It's super similar
Hold
to
on.
Gabby Petito.
That was kind of
Well-
local to us, yeah.
But Sherry Papini was a girl who disappeared in North Reading, and she was supposedly picked up by two Mexican women, is what she said. She had a bag over her face the whole time. She described them very vaguely, but her headphones and her phone were found on the side of the road. And then she was actually 30 years old. She wasn't actually a young person like Gabby Petito was. So she was found later, maybe 100 miles south of Reading, running down a street, supposedly handcuffed, but like still running because they dumped her out. And I don't know if it's a trafficking thing. I mean, if you look at it, it could be conspiracy, it could be not, but they could have been like, oh, you're not young enough for us. You're in your 30s. She was a mom of 2 and married. And so
Yeah, you're not
but
pedo-y
she
enough
looked
for
like she
us.
was 18 years old. This girl looked so young, super skinny, pretty healthy. And so they snatched her up and then dumped her out, supposedly. And her name is very similar to Gabby Petito. I don't know. It was just weird, but she survived. And then they moved away, though. Like, they left, and there was never any closure to the story, ever. Never knew who did it. It was just two very vague Hispanic women picked her up and then tortured her and then shaved her head. They branded her with something also. That was something that was released. They wouldn't release what was branded on her, but it was a tattoo of some kind.
Probably
and
something
then,
satanic.
yeah, for sure.
Probably.
And then they dumped her out in like Yolo County, and she was just running down the street, and some random lady saw a chick with they had shaved her head and she had lost a ton of weight, just running down the street with handcuffs, apparently picked her up, called the cops, and then she was rescued. And it was on Thanksgiving Day that she was rescued also.
These stories always follow kind of the same theme too. Like it's usually looking at the husband or the dad or what, you know, there's something weird about that. But as far as the Jean Benet thing, I have to do a deep dive into that because that's something that harkens back to my childhood that I thought was 100% real, and now it's kind of falling apart. So,
Yeah,
you
I
know
mean,
anything more about that?
Well, John Bonet, I mean, other than like the human vibration stuff, no. But I mean, it's just weird how this stuff wraps us up. And this is like what we, give all of our energy to. And I do think it's like some sort of diversion, a tactic for some reason. They want to keep us like just totally in the matrix of like, why did this white girl die? And why do you guys care that she's white? It's like, that's what they want. This is perfect, artillery to keep the culture war going.
No, let's just keep the conversation going. Don't look at this. Don't look at that. It did turn up to be right around the time of the Arizona audits, which is another bullshit, I think. From what I've seen from it, it's just going to be life as usual. They released a couple things, and if you go to the MSM, they're like, oh, no, the AZ audits are totally show that Biden won. And then you look at other sources, and they're like,
say the one by he lost by 17,000. Well, dude, and even if they did, even if they proved that it was total fraud and they have all the evidence, it's not like Joe Biden's going to stand down. I mean, General Milley is talking to China behind Trump's back like Trump was president. So there's not going to be any just stepping down and letting people go into the White House. So it's like, I want to like think we're going to get some sort of justice, but dude, we got to start looking forward and not backwards with this audit and recount. Cause a lot of people are getting like, they're emotionally invested in it. Dude, it's going to be a stinker like it always is. We're never going to get any justice.
Yeah. I'm so tired of even looking at all this political shit because I'm
it's like
starting to
watching
think,
an election.
Well, I'm starting to think now that the political shit is the distraction too. Like there's several, it's like an onion. There's several layers of distraction. It's like, here's this political stuff that everybody's so wrapped up in that we tried to fucking walk away from a couple months ago. We're like, we're so over this whole political shit. It's obviously theater. It's obviously a sham. And then other stories like the Gabby Petito pop up and you're like, oh, this is a distraction from the politics. No, I think the politics are the distraction from whatever weird shit's going on that we don't know.
The debt slavery that we're under. I mean, I think that's like what they just want to keep us like under constant trauma. So, fight or flight, I always say that so they can control us. But like, what do you guys, when you come to the brainwashing and you look at society, like, have you guys lost hope through this, last 18 months in society? No, you guys haven't. Okay, good.
Nope.
So you guys aren't nihilists. Either am I. I think things are going to be okay. But when I say lose hope, though, I'm realizing that I thought maybe if people came together, they'd get smarter. But I'm realizing the more we come together, the dumber we get. So I'm
Depends
realizing
on who comes together.
It can
well,
happen,
I'm just realizing we're humans. We're dumber than we thought. Even the smartest architect or engineer or mathematician has some sort of freaking autistic disorder. Like it's just, we're all a bunch of idiots, sadly, pretending not to be, I think.
Yep.
Well, I don't want to include us in the we of that. I do see a lot of people who are very lost. And I've said a couple times that it would be so nice if we could help educate people and get them on our side, not necessarily on one side or the other, but just on the side of being able to look at both sides and see that they both clearly have a narrative that's designed to polarize you in one way or the other. So it's nice to just be able to just look at it like, oh, okay, this is what they're trying to do. I'm just going to go about my day, be happy, do your thing. It doesn't matter what it is. You can meditate, you can drink a 12-pack. I don't care what it is. You don't have to be happy and healthy. Just be a good person, be yourself, and don't lose hope, because that's the last thing that you should do. That's exactly what they want.
We just talked about this last night where I was like, I feel like we're on the verge of something. I mean, everybody probably feels like that, but it's coming to such a weird head lately on all fronts where I think we're coming to this point where something's going to happen. I think it's going to be bad, but I think after that, it's going to get better. It might be painful. Like I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little painful. Maybe financially, maybe physically, we don't know.
It just
but-
doesn't. At the end of the day, we're all gonna die. No one knows what happens. I'm not saying we're gonna die tomorrow, but it's gonna happen.
But you
It's gonna
could.
be weird. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be
Yeah.
odd. Who knows? But we're gonna have to brace ourselves for that. We can't just go about our day thinking, "Oh yeah, this is all just gonna continue forever." It's not.
No, it's not.
So it's
we're reaching
okay.
a precipice
Well,
here. Of
actually-
people not putting up with it.
Vanilla Sky, I'm gonna plug into the Matrix and live forever in
Oh,
the
yeah.
computer. I'm into the transhumanism like Bill Gates. So by the time we're gonna die in like 20 years or 30 years or whatever, 40 years, they'll have that technology. And you'll be able to just plug your into a computer. And actually, I think it'll be an anal plug. They'll stick something in your anally, and then you'll just be like in a gel like the Matrix. And in that fake world, you can be like a multimillionaire and you can live forever. So it's gonna be really that's what.
But
I'm looking
meanwhile, what
forward
are
to.
they doing to you on the outside? You know, they're just using
Well,
you as
they're
a
just-
battery or something.
Yeah, they're just harvesting. They just have rods on my nipples, sucking out the energy in my soul through my nipples.
Oh, that's
But
hot,
I kinda,
dude.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of hot. If I could get a DVD of it, I'm gonna watch it inside the Matrix. Them suckling my nipples. No, but we really do live in like. I think you're right. We got to have like not this nihilistic. You know, everything's gonna be doom and gloom. We're gonna have to go through some tough times. But I think it's clear we're gonna have some sort of financial nightmare that's gonna be like 2008, but worse. You know, I just think that's the only thing I can. You remember '08 when everything crashed and everybody
Oh,
was
yeah.
broke?
Yeah.
It's gonna be way worse.
I was
but
younger
it'll be-
then, but yeah.
Me too.
I work in
didn't-
the I work in the mortgage industry, so if that happens, that was exactly because of lenders giving houses to people who couldn't afford it. The entire housing crisis affected the entire nation, and so that's where I work now. So I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah, but now it's a lot harder to get a mortgage. You know, they're pretty strict about it now. You know.
Yeah, because of
you
that
know.
shit.
Yeah, because of that shit. I mean, even your first time home buyer, they've really got to make sure you're, you know, have an income, this and that. They're strict about that. But that doesn't mean all these other industries can't collapse. I mean, real estate's probably the only industry that won't collapse.
I don't know.
maybe
If
'cause
you're
people
thinking
need
about
it.
a total economic dollar collapse, which they're heading to, I mean, they just approved another $3 trillion raising the debt ceiling, whatever. I hate all this stupid number politics shit, but it does have an effect directly on us, especially when it comes to inflation. Like if in 6 months' time, the same thing you're buying now for $10 is $25, that's a direct impact on us, and that's why we should maybe not care, but like pay attention a little bit, at least a little bit.
No, we're screwed, dude. The cat food, all the meat prices, the pork prices like tripled. So now all the cat food and dog food prices are up because that's all meat. It sucks, dude.
I love how your first go-to is cat food. You fucking crazy
Yeah,
cat, dude.
I know, because I have all these damn cats. I spend over $100 a month on cat food, more than my
Yeah.
cell phone bill. Yes, I got all these
Hey,
cats.
I love cats too. My
Yeah,
cats are my
but-
buddies.
Exactly, and I shouldn't feed them such nice shit, but sky bears be able to manipulate me, and I have toxoplasmosis from dealing with their fecal matter. There's a parasite inside of it. And it's
I'm
called
sure we do too.
Yeah, it's called crazy cat lady syndrome, and we have it, and it's where you turn into a cat a little bit, and that's why I like to catch yourself. I catch myself. They'll clean each other, and I'll kind of give them a little clean. I'll hold them and kind of give them a little clean, just a little one, not a long one, not a big one, not in a private area, in a very normal area, but maybe his ear has a little. I'll kind of, and that's just how you know you're a cat, and it's fine. It's fine.
Do you get
when
hairballs or?
I literally sometimes I do. Honest to God, I'll be honest. I swear to God, I will sleep, and sometimes Sky Bear will sleep like on my mouth, so I'll be inhaling hair. So by the time I wake up in the middle of the night to urinate, I will be coughing out hair. I swear. I mean, I'll be like, and I'll have hairballs. I'm not even. This isn't even a
That is
comedy bit.
nasty.
You
This
just
is
have to get
honest.
up on all fours and be like, like do what
Yeah,
they
you
do.
got to do the sound.
same
but
thing.
You got to
if you want to be a
before
cat,
you do
dude,
it. Like,
play the part.
I'll be honest. I know I'm emotionally fucked up. So my dad's dog. Well, everybody knows I'm emotionally fucked up. But I have this Ginger. Come here, Ginger. I have one of my dad's two dogs. So he has three, but two of them are fighting. So now I have one of the dogs here, and I'm just saying I'm obsessed with these animals because today I was about to take her for a walk, and freaking Angus, the little cat. Wow, $6.90. Thank you for the donation. Oh, I really appreciate that. Lucas R. He said, "Don't forget about us when you're huge." Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Lucas. Okay, but listen. When I saw the cat playing with the leash, I almost wanted to cry. It was so cute. So these animals, they're all we got because humans suck. Like, you know, I really
you definitely have toxoplasmosis. or
Yes,
whatever the
I
fuck,
do.
yeah.
I toxoplasmosis.
You're a cat. Yeah.
I don't even deal with humans. I don't even understand humans anymore. I really don't.
I'm totally gonna Photoshop you into a cat, dude. Like this is
well,
happening.
we all are addicted to our cell phones. We're all just screwed. And like I was just at the Dallas Cowboys game too, and you know, you just get like a real slice of like the American pie, and just everybody's with their family there, couples there. Everybody's just like trying to make it. And I'm in the cheap seats too, so I'm just saying, like the American dream, I don't even know what that is. It's almost like surviving, and it's just not. It's kind of weird. Like you were saying, Jen, we only have one life to live, and I think we take that life for granted. I know I have times in my life, and we just don't realize that because they have us so like they have us where we just hate ourselves. We're in this self-loathing mindset, so we don't even appreciate the life that we have to live.
Well, don't listen to what they are saying, though. You have to just find it within yourself. Not to sound like a hippie, because I have zero spiritual actualization. I'm not that crystal loving person that I appreciate so much. You know, a lot of people like that, but I don't have that. But I can understand where they find love in themselves. Don't look at your phone. Don't look at the news. Don't find that in that place. Find it in yourself. Be okay with whatever you have to deal with, and be okay with whatever your action is. That's all you have.
I find it way
nothing you
easier to
can
love
do.
myself than other people because I at least know myself. And isn't that a philosophical line? Know thyself. I know myself. Maybe not as well as she does, but I do know myself, and I find it very easy to love myself. And that's not egotistical. I'm not being fucking. You know,
that's really important. They say you can't share love if you don't love yourself. Like if you don't love yourself, then you can't love another person because you can't share from an empty cup. So Joe, no, you're right. You should love yourself. That's like a normal. We all should have love for
not in a
ourselves.
gay way, of course. I'm not gay.
Well,
with
a little
myself.
gay way. I mean, I jack
fine,
it.
though.
That's kind of gay. I'm cranking my dick. I mean,
It's your own dick, though. That can't.
I
be
know,
gay.
but I don't
Unless-
like it. I don't
If
want
you're
to.
pumping,
I mean,
hey, if you're pumping off with your eyes closed, that is gay,
No
my
homo.
friend. I'm sorry.
is that gay with your eyes closed? No, that's
Are you
not,
super
shitting
gay.
me?
Super gay.
I've
It's
never
not
heard
like
that. The
licking his
spank
cats is the
bang.
only thing he does. If he's jerking it, he's got cats involved.
No, there's no cat. I have to get them out of the room. Lord knows. Lord knows if I got anything on Skybear's coat, I would have to get him totally groomed professionally. I don't have that. I
What was
don't
that
have
movie? Something about Mary? Oh no, I got a little
Exactly.
gel like that.
Ooh, hair gel.
Well, it's funny you speak of that movie. I forget why I was thinking about it, but I think that movie came out in like '96 or something.
Yeah.
And and so that was like the 20th biggest movie of that year or something. And like that same year, like Shawshank Redemption and like Fight Club or all these badass movies, Titanic, or all these badass movies came out that year. And it was a survey that compared all the movies of like 95 and 96 versus the top 20 movies of 2020. And the top movies of 2020 was like Avengers 4 and, you know, Paw Patrol and Lego movie was on there twice. The Lego and Batman Lego. So it's like we're like devolving at even our art and entertainment that we watch is like less entertaining and more recycled. It's just it really kind of gives us hope as independent content creators like us. I think because we're going to be able to have an audience because mainstream media and entertainment is going to suck. And speaking of that, I got to say, your new microphones, your Shure microphones, are those new? They sound very nice. The studio sounds very nice.
Oh, good. Yeah, though Joe just got them. He was like, "Okay, I feel like we should upgrade." They weren't that much, and I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. This is a thing we want to do." So
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are nice
that's
microphones.
good.
They sound nice. I can tell they sound nice. I have a Shure,
Hell
but those
yeah.
are the Shure that are like I think USB and XLR. I saw they're new
I think
speakers.
so.
I was just saying, Joe, the new microphones sound very nice.
It's way better, dude. We finally
Yeah.
figured it out. After months and months, actually a year
It was a
straight
year,
of
yeah.
trying to post-produce my show, all I figured out was that we just needed fucking better mics. So,
Yeah, and
He
you
got
buy
he got a
Shure,
bunch
yeah.
of hate from some guy that shit on our guest's microphone.
Yeah,
This
I
guy
get
was
complained
like,
less.
"Your guest's microphone sucks," and we're like, "Oh, cool, because we can do nothing about that." And Joe's like, "I'm gonna buy some Shure mics. Fuck this."
Yeah,
It
no,
didn't
the
even
Shure
have
mics are
anything to
good.
do with it.
Hey, which one did
I just
which
had to
one
do
did you
it.
get, Joe? Did you get the SM7B
No,
or
I
the
didn't get-
MV7?
No, I didn't get the big black dick that he has, which I
Yeah.
would love to have. He's got I mean, this is insider podcasting shit, but he's
Yeah.
got the SM7B.
That
I have
Joe
the
Rogan
MV7.
has. That's what he
Yeah.
uses. Yeah, but
That's
yours
like
is
the
nice.
Do you have
Yours
the
is new.
MV7?
Yeah.
Yeah, but his is newer because it's also USB and XLR. So it's actually a little more of a high-tech microphone. That's nice because you don't need external power. With this microphone, you have to add external power to it. So it's almost
Right. The
your
phantom
microphone's
power or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to do that with yours. So your microphone's actually easier. You need less shit. And it sounds really nice. Yell into the microphone. Does it clip at all? Like,
Yeah.
Ah!
No,
Yeah,
I
it
have
sounds
the
nice,
limiter
yeah.
on. I
Yeah,
can talk
it
like
sounds-
Alex Jones and pound my desk, and it
Yeah.
doesn't do anything.
They're turning the frogs gay.
yeah, it sounds good. I'm telling you, it sounds really good. And I mean, people don't realize you like to look into the microphone and stuff. That's what I try to tell people. They should create their channel because like at first you don't know like your channel. You're just kind of trying to create content, and then you start creating content. And then you start thinking about the microphones, and then you start thinking of the background, and it kind of manifests itself. It builds itself bigger. It's like a boulder rolling downhill, and the more you do it, kind of the bigger it gets. So it's like you kind of just got to throw yourself into it and start creating something. I think that's the secret to life. You don't necessarily have
That's
to
all
create
we
a
did.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying you got to create something. You got to maybe a family, maybe, if you really do like your work, do something you like. You have passion. If you want to work, do something you're passionate about, not just some crappy job where you're just doing a 9 to 5.
Well, unfortunately, I'm still doing that, but I started
Well,
this
yeah,
not
I mean,
not
yeah.
not with the intent of like this being my job, but this is way more fun than
No,
my
you
job.
had a weird intention though. You were like, I want to start a podcast, and I kind of shit on it a little bit. I was like, oh, okay, cool, that sounds great. But he did it. Like he did all of the creating. He planned it all out. But kind of over time, it was not full intention.
And now it's
you did
whatever
it.
the fuck it is.
Yeah, but that's better. And see, that's what I'm saying. Now it gives you, even with your shitty job or whatever, this gives you something to do that's not shitty. So it makes that other part worthwhile. Like, trust me.
Yeah.
I have to do car shit. I have to go jump off cars, buy cars from people. It sounds like it's fun. It fucking sucks dick. They're always breaking down on the high side of the road, sweating my ass off.
Wait, you
One's
have a day
100
job?
Yeah, I mean, I buy and sell cars. Yeah, I have my dealer's license.
Oh, you look like a fucking used car
Yeah.
salesman.
He does.
He's
Exactly.
really
And
good
listen,
at it, actually.
Everything's coming together now.
Well, I'm really in the wholesale business. I'll give you an instant cash offer. I can make you an offer on all cars. I'll buy a car anywhere.
I bet.
But what I'm saying with the fucking cars, I went to a good high school, Highland Park High School, and they used to be like, "Oh, Alex, if you don't pay attention, you're going to be a car salesman." And I literally became a car salesman. So I kind of I'm kind of an anti-car salesman, but I'm not above fucking. We all need to have a blue collar mentality and a blue collar job. Or if we haven't worked one, then you need to work one.
No,
So-
we always say that everybody should work at least like 6 months in a restaurant as a waiter just to get the full experience of how shitty people can be.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Especially, any service industry. You didn't even have to be a waiter. I mean, you go work at a club, a bar, you're going to realize like,
I was just about to say, I worked at those same restaurants as a busser and a host, and I saw plenty of shitty people.
They're all
Can I s-
shitty.
and what do you think about, can I speak to the manager mentality? Like, when did that become like
Karens?
a meme? Yeah, I mean, Karens, but when did that become a meme? Because like, I'll be honest, like, I used to speak to the manager. I remember my parents speaking to the manager. So it's probably been around a long time is what I'm saying. Like I remember as a kid,
Oh
my mom being like, let me speak to the manager and my dad. So I'm saying, I think it's been around a long time. I'm not that young.
It
what I mean?
has, but then the internet happened.
Yes, exactly. And it's blown up. So why did it blow up, or when did it blow up, do you think?
Yelp happened.
People thought that they were empowered.
Yelp,
They were like,
that's
I
when
can
it
speak
happened.
to the manager.
I can
can
fucking
do
make shit
this."
happen.
I
Yeah,
can
well-
talk shit. We always talk about that too, about how the only people that actually like, I don't trust Yelp for a shit. The same reason I don't trust our podcast reviews for a shit, because for the most part, the only people that are going to leave a comment are the people that are pissed off or have
Yep.
Hey,
literally
to be fair,
no
on
life.
our show, we've had nothing but great comments.
No,
So
yeah, the
let's-
comments have been great
let's
on
be
the
fair to
reviews,
that,
but like
but-
as far as Yelp goes, yeah, it's only with restaurants, the only people that are going to take the time out of their precious fucking Karen day are going to be people
You
that
can
their
scroll
shrimp was
past
cold.
those though. The best
Yeah.
ones that I found were they went to it was like a resort in Mexico, and the lady was like, it was an 8, but the birds were just flying around and they came
Yeah.
and ate food right off my
There's
plate,
like
and I just
mosquitoes or something.
it's like, well, you're in Mexico,
Unreal.
So I read it, and you just got to take it with a grain of salt. That's how I read IMDb reviews.
No, but you're a normal person. So the NPCs of the world read that and go, birds? I don't want to ever go there.
I know we have to educate those people. It's going to be a lot of work, everybody. Come on, just be nice. Be nice to your local NPC. I just think we should be kind to those people and just try to wake them up. I don't know.
I'm
Maybe
done
that's just
waking
me.
people up. The people
Yeah,
that are
me
awake
too.
are awake. Like we're preaching to the choir here, and you know that. But
Well,
Uh,
but listen, Or no, you go ahead. So I don't want to cut you off. You're saying preaching the choir. What were you going to say, Joe?
No, that was about it. Go ahead.
No, but this is one of the things that when I first got in this, I was like, oh, you got to know about the mass. You got to know about the death count. You got to know about it. And then I realized, dude, no amount of evidence. Because I mean, I've had to debate so many people and they're, just debating the mainstream agenda. So no amount of evidence is going to convince an idiot. So I'm done. I'll debate a little bit just for, because I like to, the civil, discourse, but actually trying to make it my like activism to go, oh, I'm going to wake people up. No, dude, people are choosing to be asleep. You can show them everything that's going on. And a lot of people like it. Like a lot of people like that there's turmoil and people are losing their job because their life sucks so much. Misery loves company.
They do, but so I'm not saying wake them up. I'm not an activist by any means. I don't go out there and preach to the masses about anything. But you have to get in. You have to kind of do the same thing that the media did to these people. So talk to them a little bit, and then if they give you a lot of pushback, maybe back off a little bit, but then plant the seed in their head is all I'm saying. My entire family's from the East Coast, so I've been planting the seed in their head about what's going on, but then kind of backing off a little bit as well, just to give them that respect. I'm not saying just go tell them that what they believe is dumb, but just say it a little bit, plant the seed, and then back away and see what happens. If nothing happens, okay, that's fine. You did your part, move on.
Well, that's what was happening with me is I think I was so heavy-handed with a lot of people at the beginning of this. You push them away. It's like when you're trying to date somebody, you don't want to seem desperate. And, it's like kind of when you're like, oh, wake up, look what's really going on. You're almost kind of like sound desperate. I don't know why. I don't think so. I don't necessarily think that, but somebody that's asleep or fluoridated might think that. Like, why does this guy want to wake me up? Why is he spending his time, unless he has some sort of agenda? When really I don't have an agenda other than I want to try to create some sort of content that doesn't suck dick like everything else on TV. That's my only agenda.
You're literally the funniest person ever. My friend sent a video to me of you before we even started our show, and I was like, this guy rules. And then I was like, dude, that's Alex. It was so funny. It was the one where you went to Target wearing the Batman mask. It was so funny.
That was like the biggest video ever. Wow, that makes me feel good. That was the first video. And I did a bit with Harrison Smith. Did you guys see that on InfoWars? I don't know if you saw on my social media.
No, I just saw somebody in the chat say that though.
Okay,
so
let me do a screen share. Hold on. You gotta give me the ability to screen share. Okay, let me do this.
Did I give it to you yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then let me set this up.
That's weird.
My screen's the color's kind of weird, but look at this. Let's just watch a couple. This is.
Oh my God.
To get your house cleaned for cheap. So you want the legal immigration because you want your house cleaned for cheap, but you're also forcing them to get COVID vaccines that are killing them at an incredibly high rate. I assume you think those should be mandatory. I assume all the kids that you're taking care of are all masked to the nth degree. You think Hillary Clinton?
They're not just masked, Harrison. They're on puberty blockers. They're immunocompromised. You realize what puberty blockers does to a child's bone density? If one of these kids was to get a whiff of COVID, they could die in their sleep.
Why are you doing that? That's incredibly dangerous.
Danger? What are you talking about? Doctors say it's one of the most safe and effective forms of transitioning a person is the younger you do it, Harrison. Have you ever talked to a doctor? Listen, the younger you can, if you can transition these babies, we need to get puberty blockers on babies. And I have babies on puberty blockers in my care right now in the daycare. And
how young are you giving these babies puberty blockers?
Listen, I'm telling you, I have a doctor here that will prescribe puberty blockers, but that same doctor can't prescribe a vaccine for a baby. So that's why the system's screwed up.
You need to defend your civilization against the onslaught of this.
We can only say so much vaccine stuff, but basically, the InfoWars played this clip, and then they played my City Hall speech.
So, shit!
Yes.
Did they know it was a? Did they know it was a parody?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is me calling in. So I called into the show. This is me calling into the show.
Solid gold, by the way, dude. That was awesome.
They told me to call in. So this is
a philanthropical job in Haiti. So I'm very grateful for all the Haitians are sending. But these Haitians need to learn how to clean. Haiti's not known for being a clean country.
And you want to hire them as housekeepers, obviously.
We need to go back to send some Guatemalans.
Okay, all right. So let me get this straight. You're using illegal immigration to get your house cleaned for cheap. So you want the legal immigration because you want your house.
Speaking of that, this is another thing that I don't mention. Why don't you guys mention that Jesus was trans? Because I believe that he
Wait, what?
Well, I mean, isn't it pretty obvious that Jesus was trans?
I don't think that's obvious at all, sir.
What? Okay, well, listen, Harrison, he didn't transition into the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Was there not a transition?
That is not what that means. You are
Penis.
wildly off the mark on that one.
That's you. That's a typical conservative thing where you guys flip everything, and that is exactly what that means, okay? That's exactly what that means. I'm not going to let you guys upside down.
Look. All I'm gonna say, look, we're finishing the show here. This is
Yeah, so that's it. If you guys want to see it, it's on the YouTube channel. And I bleeped out some stuff, but I think I forgot. I didn't bleep out all the bad words. I heard a couple during that thing, so I don't hope.
No, that's we were kind of talking about that earlier about the censorship. I was getting at that. I'm like, dude, are you worried about your channel getting taken down because of the COVID?
Yes.
You know.
Dude, are you kidding? With that medical, that one they just said all vaccine talk is a strike. Yes, because like I talk. Oh, I love
Yeah.
vaccines. They're so good. Everybody get it safe and effective. I already had my first booster and I feel so much better. My mental health is so much better. We love vaccines and we love Dr. Fauci. But yes, I'm worried about them taking my channel any day now because they're gonna know that I'm speaking facetiously. They're gonna know, that like any mention. What I'm saying is, they're going to be able to use some sort of artificial intelligence, some sort of algorithm thing that translates my speech. And all the times I said vaccine, because I know Ricky Varandas just got his thing shut down.
I
So,
saw
like,
that.
So I'm saying they're going to even shut down people that are talking about it comedically is what I'm trying to say. Like, it doesn't matter what side you're on. It's the artificial intelligence is not going to decipher satire. It's just going to say,
See,
oh,
it worked before. If you put the title in the description, you could put "I love vaccines" and "I love Fauci," but now they have the auto captioning thing that
That's
listens to what
auto-captioning.
you're uploading. So you could say whatever you want. You'd have to do it satirically through the whole episode, which would be really fucking difficult, especially with how loose cannon my mouth is.
Yeah.
That's why we don't touch YouTube with a 10-foot Ethernet cable. I'm like, now, Rokfin's the only thing. Just find us there because they don't censor as far as I know. We
No,
can say
they
whatever we
don't.
want.
And I think they took off one video because it talked about the Holocaust or something because that's even in their terms of service. You can't. Yes,
What?
Yeah,
Dude, we have a whole fucking interview
I know
about...
you can talk about it. You can talk about it, but like he said something that was there's like one. I don't even know the ADLU, and I don't want to say it here. I don't know what you can't say, what the exact like word that he said about it, but it was like at the one Rokfin stream has been taken down. The ADLU got,
shit.
the Anti-Defamation League got involved. Like they got called, and then when they complained, they wrote an article about it. But I mean, what the hell? At the end of the day, like there is no freedom of speech. That's fake. If you think that exists, you're dreaming. You can't say whatever you want. I mean,
Apparently, it's only on podcast platforms, but our days are limited, especially if you have certain servers for the podcast where we're limited.
Why is it so scary and dangerous if they think that what we're saying is so dumb and that most people
Right.
won't believe us? So
They
either
don't censor bullshit.
either what we're saying is 100% true, or they think that the majority of our country is fucking retarded. And both of those
Absolutely.
things are probably true.
they definitely
Just
think we're
saying.
all idiots. Like I think the whole world is idiots. The people in power, like Nancy Pelosi, are like, oh, those idiots, just give them, whatever they want. Like they definitely do not think that we have some sort of like that we're worthy, I guess, of fair treatment. I believe like they want. That's why what's going on. Nothing's equitable. We're not in a meritocracy. Like you have to have a vaccine mandate to become a nurse, but you can just come across the border, no vaccine, no problem, and they're gonna put you on a plane and like take you to Kansas. So it's not about health. You know what I mean?
I don't know how anybody thinks this is about health anymore. If you're actually thinking this is about health, that's the unreachable group. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like that's the portion of the... Well, I don't want to say majority of people because I feel like we're actually the majority, but the portion that the media pushes out as the majority is that unreachable group that
So
are
that's-
just dead set on Fauci and the mandates.
I think that's the portion that they push out on the media where it's like, anti-vaxxer dies in the hospital. Also, I don't think those are true stories all the time. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't think they're true stories.
Well, there's that
halfway, but-
website. Sorry, Anti-Vaxxer has a bunch of people on it, but yeah, I don't
Oh
know.
my
Keep
God.
going. I think a lot of the news stories are fake, obviously, but sorry.
For sure. I just think they're trying to push it out there for people who would maybe scroll through and be like, oh my God, they're trying to wake them up in the opposite way. They're trying to put them to sleep, maybe, I guess is a better term.
Hypnotizing.
Yeah, they're trying to say, look at all of these people who think this is happening right now. You don't? What are you, stupid? And then they're like, oh my God, maybe I am stupid.
I don't wanna
better
look
delve into this
stupid."
more. And it's like, no, just maybe free think a little bit. Walk around your neighborhood, see what's going on, talk to some people. I don't know. Be a real
Well,
person.
Well, the worst is all these places that are like 100% vaccinated, like Harvard, and they said this Broadway play Aladdin, and they have all these breakthrough cases. Yet still people are like, oh, we still need vaccine mandates. You know, people can't even see that like everybody that's vaccinated is testing positive. That doesn't make sense.
Dude, well, the breakthrough, we've talked about that too. In the breakthrough cases, instead of, it's all wordplay and word magic, and that's a different episode, but breakthrough cases, no, it's called vaccine failure. It's called the vaccine doesn't fucking work. Stop calling it breakthrough cases. There's enough breakthrough cases to show that it's just as effective as Vioxx. Like, do we have 5 years on this? Do we have, I don't know how many years Chantix was on the market, but they took that off because it had a bunch of
cancer.
shit in it that causes cancer. But it was FDA approved. So, you should probably take it.
This isn't
Quit
even
smoking.
FDA approved.
Well, it's just
like,
funny.
it's not.
It's just funny you quit smoking cigarettes because you don't want to get cancer from cigarettes, and then the pill that makes you quit smoking the cigarettes to stop you from getting cancer gives you the cancer. That's the irony of life. Like, that's what they want. You know, they want you to be in this like ironic, 10,000 spoons and all you need is a knife. Like, that's literally what they want you to, like, your life to be like. You know,
God damn it! I don't want to be in an Alanis Morissette song, Alex.
They want you to like open and constantly opening all these doors looking for the right one. And it's, where there's cartoons where you open the door and it's a brick behind it, a brick wall behind it.
Yeah.
That's like what they want. They just want you opening those doors until you find the right one, like a rat in a cage or in a maze. Excuse me, is the word I'm trying to say.
Where did Ben go?
I don't know.
I just noticed he dropped off.
Well, you know how that goes sometimes. Hey, so tell me this. So you're streaming this live and you're doing the custom RMTP to Rokfin, and that works good through Zoom. You don't have any issues with that at all.
No, it works way better than Streamlabs, and I think it's on my end. I don't know how the fuck to work that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people. Some people complain of Streamlabs. I freaking jacked with it for when I first started. I mean, hours and hours of going live. Like, a lot of those episodes I didn't delete. I just had to make them private because I got so many strikes.
Oh yeah.
But I'm saying that is the only, and I still fuck up, but that's the only way I figured it out. Because, dude, there's times that I've been doing it for a couple months and I'd forget to do the audio right or this. So it's not something. It's a kind of a pain in the ass and tedious. So it's nice. I would suggest for the people that are just creating a show, consider doing StreamYard. Did you ever try StreamYard? That's really easy. Or did you not like that? No, look at your face. You didn't like that, John?
No. We tried it on someone else's show.
No, I tried it. I tried it for free. No, to hosting.
Someone made us go on StreamYard.
Going on somebody else's was fine because I didn't have to do any of the work. But I tried it on like hosting on my end. And I thought it was dog shit. And then I found out that they had a paid service. So I figure paying for it was probably better, but I did not do that.
But that's worth it. It's not a lot. They make it easy for us. I don't know. I hate it because it's all a social construct. I hate saying that, but I feel like we need to get our voices out. But at the same time, they're like, you could do this and pay it all up front or just a monthly subscription. It's so much easier.
Well, we talked to Mark Steve. I saw you had Mark Steves on recently, and I was kind of talking to him about that. And he's like, dude, this is a subscription-based society. Like, it's come to that. Everything is subscription-based. You don't just pay one time and have a thing. You just got to pay for it every month. So I think that applies to our podcast servers, to our stream servers, and I'm just trying to do it the cheapest way possible.
We put a ton of shit out for free, though.
Yeah, nobody pays.
I want people to just hear it. I don't want it to be our day-to-day. Even if it came down to where we both lost our jobs and we're about to lose our house, I'd still try to get our podcast out there just because.
It's just an expensive hobby for us.
I'm not relying
really
on anyone else to support what we're saying. Like, that's not their fucking job, you know?
Yeah, but it's less expensive than the weed habit and it's more rewarding, and I like to smoke weed.
I don't know. The weed habit's great, dude. I'm all about that.
I know. I like the weed habit. I'm just saying the money you invest in this too, you'll be happy 10 years down the road that you did this. Because even though I'm sure when you go back and watch some of your shows, you cringe. Like, I don't even want to watch myself. That's
Oh
how
no,
some- yeah.
every show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every show.
Yeah.
But still, you're gonna be happy that you did it. You're gonna be happy that you built a portfolio of content. Like, I'm just telling. I'm not saying that like I'm some grand wizard or like I know, but I'm telling you, I think that is our in life. We have to create something. Like, we're meant to do something. Like, look at all that stuff, Tartaria, all this stuff. They supposedly built all these beautiful buildings without technology. Now, I think they probably did have some sort of secret technology, but I'm just saying, like, we are artists. We're all artists. You know, we all should be using our, you know, have something that we do for fun, we do for leisure, even if that's like play a sport or something, just something we can, you know, we read about. Like, you looked up that Shure microphone, you did research. Why? Because you're interested, you know, because you're interested in making your show get better. Normally you wouldn't read on the internet and research microphones unless you cared about it. So it's like
Yeah.
finding something you're passionate about. It just gives your life so much more purpose.
No, I feel that a lot because I feel like the last year I've been like, oh, I know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what it is exactly. I just know I should be doing this. And it's reached a lot of fucking people. It's blown my mind how many people have actually listened to our show consistently. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, we just get on and have conversations with weird ass people and talk about weird shit. And so many people love it. So I'm like, I feel like I'm like obligated now to do that for free for these people. Because
It
they
doesn't
like
even
listening
matter
to
if
it.
it's like 5 or 10, though. We're not like,
No.
we need the maximum
No.
amount of listeners.
I don't want Alex
We're not
Jones
interested
numbers
in that.
because you
Yeah.
see what happens to
Yeah,
him.
I don't care if we get hate, though, either. It's just if there are a few people who think what we're saying is great and it helps them make it through their day, then we're going to keep doing
Yeah,
this.
totally worth
It doesn't
it.
matter if it's 3. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, it's just something about, you know, it's not, you don't necessarily need that huge audience or anything like that. It's just, it's as easy as, okay, I guess this is my point. I was listening to an interview with Larry King, like, right, you know, like one of his last ones. And they said, like, what is your secret to broadcasting? And he's like, well, I wish I would have known this a little faster, but just to be yourself. And so that's really what you do. You just be yourself and have conversations. You know, you obviously you can be more facetious. You can joke around. You can, you know, joke. But at the end of the day, as long as you are yourself, that's really all people want to watch. They just want to see an authentic person being themselves.
Yeah, you know
I
why?
think that
Because that's
rings
so
true,
fucking
yeah.
lacking. It's so
Mhm.
lacking. You see these you know, super overproduced shows, even podcasts, but mostly TV, where every hair is in the right position and they're saying the right thing in the right tone, and they
Or it's
go
like these guys,
over
Joe
to
Rogan
you,
and them-
Chris.
Well, and Joe Rogan and them won't record podcasts live anymore because they're so worried about like saying something fucked up. A lot of podcasts are like that. That's kind of
Ah.
similar. You know, it's like they're just so worried. They can't be themselves. People are so worried about their image, and that's the problem.
Well, that's why we're not on YouTube, because I know we just get booted off in the first like
And I'm
hour.
gonna have to take this off. We're pro-vaccines. Everybody said anti-vaccine. No, that was some crazy person that hijacked.
Don't
the
read
stream. We
Joe's
love-
shirt. It's
we
totally.
I love Moderna. I love
we love it.
Pfizer.
Yeah. But
We
for right
love
now,
it.
we already have, we
No,
have
I
111
love all of
people
them.
watching. Hold on, let me put the view counter. We got a bunch of people watching.
Johnson & Johnson's my favorite out of all of them. I've
It's a
taken all
good
of them, one of each actually. So I'm great.
I liked the Moderna. Is that how you say it? I didn't even know. I just was like, put it in my arm. I thought it was so fun. I actually got 2. It was so good. I'm so healthy.
Yeah, and that's another weird thing too. It's like I remember there was a you know, healthcare. Wow, thank you, Chaser Senior. I love it, dude. Yo, 99. Thanks for the last. Hey, dude, thanks for the donation. But well, gosh, when I got the donation, I lost my train of thought. What was I just saying? Shoot. Well,
We're
it
talking
doesn't
about
matter.
how great Moderna and Pfizer are.
Oh yes.
Remember? Yeah.
Well, fuck, I don't even remember my thing. But I do know that I can't wait to get my booster. No,
Me either.
God, I was gonna
Oh,
make a point, but then I forgot.
I can
Go
actually,
ahead.
dude, I can actually hear your brain farting right now. It sounds like this.
Ow!
Yeah.
That is a brain fart. It's because, you know, I've been puffing on the Mary Jane too much or something. My short-term memory is getting out of control.
Aw.
Alex Jones is my frontal cortex like totally annihilated with fluoridated beer. Okay, but this is another thing though. When I really look at like, you know, society, and I look like, you know, is there going to be some sort of civil war or something like that? I don't think that's going to happen, but this is what I think will happen. If they turn off the power, if they turn off like the internet or something, people would be within 72 hours fighting one another for supplies. Like, and it would be sooner
Oh,
than
yeah.
that at the Walmarts. So we are in a very fragile system, as much as we want to be, like not nihilistic.
Sad. I was just talking about this. We had Scott from Truthzilla came down from Oregon. They were driving through to Sacramento, and he stayed with us with his girlfriend. And we were talking about the end times and how movies like Mad Max or whatever, like,
Oh yeah.
we're talking about people in scarcity, in need. And people just last year were like, oh, there's a toilet paper shortage. I'm going to buy all of it. So what you really need to do in those situations is think about your fellow man. I can't believe that people would be so concerned about themselves that they would forget about humanity and how to be kind to one another. Again, I keep sounding like a hippie, and I'm trying to say
what
I'm
are you
not,
talking
but,
about?
like,
Dude,
That
Jesus.
happens really quick.
Dude, I
No,
had
you have
100
to be
rolls
nice
of
to
toilet
people,
paper.
for fuck's sake.
I'm still pooping with that toilet paper from the beginning of the pandemic. I'm still using that toilet paper to this day. It was the best investment I made all year. Have you
We
seen
did
toilet paper
not.
prices?
I
Nope.
did. I only got it from Costco every now and then, and we were down to our last 2 rolls right when the COVID thing hit. So I was forced to order the Scott's brand. It was like an industrial box of office I don't even know what to say. Like, it was like the kind of toilet paper you'd see in an office. It was bullshit. But
It's like one
But the
ply. It
description was like,
hurts.
it's so soft. It's so great. I was like, oh, this is perfect for our family. It was terrible. We still have that in the back. Back
Yes,
of our
the
garage.
Dollar
Like,
Tree.
it's,
That's like
piled up.
it's like the one. That's like emergency one. You have to like fold it 5,000 times.
But it's
or else
all
you're
we
gonna get it.
had, though. Yeah, totally.
It might as well
It's
be
all
like
we had, though.
1,500 grit
Tissue paper.
sandpaper.
Yeah,
It's
tissue paper. It's
awful.
not.
Joe bought a giant thing of napkins. He's like, we can just wipe our ass with these. And I was like,
Hey,
oh, yeah, that
I've
sounds
been
good.
there.
I don't
When that
care.
whole napkin thing came down, I was like, I'm not worried about fucking toilet paper. I'll do the dog drag of my ass on the ground.
Oh my
I'll
God.
take a t-shirt and then wash it. Like, I'm not worried about toilet paper.
I'm just saying, okay, if it comes to the end times, instead of thinking about yourself and what you don't have, look to your fucking neighbors and not what they have. Think about coming together and thinking about what you could get together. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna put that out
Well,
there.
speaking
don't,
of,
don't be a
we've-
shithead.
Okay, hippie Jen
God
blonde.
damn it.
Yeah,
Like,
hippie Jen.
why though? Like, it's not hippie. It's just normal. It's fucking
Yeah.
normal. Be good to
Normal
your fellow
has become
fucking
hippie
people.
and weird lately, though.
Jesus.
You should know that.
Yeah. I'm not
Well,
fucking
yeah, it's-
telling you to get a crystal, but like be
Get
fucking
one.
nice
I
to
like-
people.
Nothing's
No, get
wrong
a
with
crystal and be nice
Yeah,
to
but-
people. I don't care.
Yeah.
Now I'm wearing crystals right now.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
not
admit to it.
anti-crystal.
Like, look at this. Yeah, wearing them. Fuck off. Okay.
Okay, but
That's
I got to
it.
tell you all this. We've all used a Chipotle napkin to wipe number 2 before, but this is about. Have
That's
you heard
awful.
Chipotle is doing because you can get as many napkins as you want. They have a napkin buffet
Oh.
policy. Well, that's just a little secret, insider secret.
Yeah, but they're low on sauce though.
Yeah, well, they're low on a bunch of shit because I take all their supplies, but that's neither here nor there. They're actually coming out with a Petitos burrito. So on the whole month of November, you're gonna get free guacamole if you mention Gabby Petito, and all the proceeds from the guacamole is gonna go to ending domestic violence. So I want to thank.
I think you're
Chipotle-
trolling right now.
I'm 100% trolling. Yeah, that's totally fake. Could you imagine that? That would go so viral though. Chipotle had Petitos burritos, you get free guac. I would be
Sorry
all
to
about-
ruin that.
Oh no! I mean, it's everybody knows.
I was like,
Everybody
that's
knows.
a psyop? What the fuck? Like, do you believe that? I can't believe. No.
Oh, what? Hey, okay.
Sorry, I'm
speaking
just
of-
kind of drunk. My bad.
Yeah, well, aren't we all? But speaking of I'm actually not. But speaking of public, psyops, what do you think about Britney Spears? Just got her a conservatorship
Oh,
released
her
from her dad.
freedom.
She's free. So is that a psyop? What does that even mean? Now that she's free, what is she gonna do? Get married? Get pregnant?
Why is she
What
in
do
the
you-
fucking news? Is she relevant anymore? I'm not even.
No, she's not
was she
17
ever?
anymore.
Why are we paying attention to these people? Why are we paying attention to these people? Why do we care what is going on in Britney Spears' life? That sucks for her. Are we going to help her? Can we in any way, shape, or form? I don't understand why it's even in the media if we can't do shit about it. We just can sit there and watch it and scroll and give it our energy and be like, oh, wow, that's awful. And then scroll past. I don't know.
You're right. The Britney Spears energy thing, it's weird. I think it's like a big gay culture thing. But hey, I got a $5 donation. A Bright Tie Bear. My brother used to take a shower after every poo, and I've actually heard about that. They say
Like
my
a bidet.
volumes. They say my volume's low compared to yours. Okay, now I should be right. Sorry, I wish somebody in the chat would have said that earlier. My microphone setting was a little lower from the show earlier. See, even to me, I do the show a bunch, and still my microphone settings aren't 100% right. But yeah, the Britney Spears thing, it's like, who gives a shit? Why are we even still talking about her? When's the last time she had a hit song? But none of that matters because, like, all these hit songs, or Tavistock.
Yeah, do you like
Institute.
any of her songs though? Like they're all bullshit.
I'm a slave for you. I'm a slave for you. Yeah, I like that song. That song makes me. And she dances with a snake. That's what I like to do because I'm
'Cause
actually
it's a
gonna.
video though. It's visual. They got you sucked in with the video, dude.
I love titties and cleavage like that. Yes, but Jen, did you know that I'm actually transitioning because I want to join the Olympics? I want to become an Olympic bodybuilder.
Oh,
Or
do you want to be an MMA fighter like the one that just kicked the shit out of a real girl and they celebrated it? They're like, first trans MMA fighter wins. And it's like, because it was a dude beating the shit out of a girl. Are you shocked?
I disagree. A female, if I'm a female
am I
every
not
day, yeah.
supposed to?
No, I'm saying, aren't we all females a little bit? Like Demi Lovato just said today that when she's wearing pants and in a sweatshirt, she's a boy, but when she's wearing a dress and high heels, she's a girl, and that's why she's non-binary. So
That's cool. I don't care. Like she's fine. Like go ahead and think that. I guess I don't know.
So you don't like puberty blockers for 6-month-old babies?
Oh, I don't know. It depends. What's the situation? What do the doctors say?
What does the
Okay,
child
just
feel?
kidding.
What does the
This is-
child
That's
feel?
fucking
No, but
ridiculous.
this is true. This is true, though. This is what happens, though. This is what they'll tell you. The scientific part of it is that, and it happens to very rare babies. They're born what is called intersex. Sometimes they're born with like two genitals, like a male and female part. Sometimes they're born with like a
Okay.
penis, that's kind of deformed. So there are actually circumstances. That's where puberty blockers and a lot of this medicine, came out of, and the research that was able to get it done was that there are people born what is called a hermaphrodite, where where parents actually have to choose at birth, then, if they don't know about it, whether they're going to like do the gender reassignment surgery right then and put them on decide if they're going to be a female or boy right then. And so that's like a real thing. That is a real technology. And that's why they say you want to get on the puberty blockers, the sooner the better. So would you put a kid on puberty blockers? Don't you think that's smart?
I don't know. That's a different situation. That
Don't you think transitioning
don't-
is good? Don't you think babies should transition their sex more often?
No, I think that's insane. But I think if my little kid at a very young age kept saying she was a boy, I wouldn't necessarily discredit her. I wouldn't be a shithead about it. I'd be like, okay, and I would just transition into talking about something else.
Well, I'm pro-gay. I'm not. I'm not even anti-gay. Like if my son or daughter is gay, I'm gonna love them just the same. I mean that. But I think the transition thing it's kind of a confusing thing because you can be gay. That doesn't mean you have to cut off your dick and be a girl. Because this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner is a girl now, but he still bangs girls. What? It doesn't make sense. So he's not.
So
He
is
was
that-
always a lesbian.
Is that lesbian or
always
straight?
heterosexual?
That's why it's confusing. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, dude, he could have been with more girls if he just put on the dress and did freaky shit in the bedroom. Like he didn't actually have to change his whole lifestyle. He still could have cross-dressed and dated girls. Girls just went like, oh,
He
Bruce,
wanted to
you're
fuck him
weird.
with a vagina, though. Is that
Yes.
so bad?
No, but he has a dick.
I
though.
mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's what he
just
wanted.
fucking
I know you're kidding, but like maybe I guess he did want a scissor. I guess that's because he just want to see what it's like. But
or whatever they do.
yeah, I
know. I don't
don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense for me. It's very confusing.
No, that was a 100% PR stunt. Like he fell out of relevance years ago and was like, "How can I get back
I
on
think it's mental
Time magazine?
illness a little bit.
Bravest person of the year."
Mental
I know.
smartness.
I'll just become a woman that has a penis. Like, and if you want to do that, knock yourself out. I want nothing to do with it. That's my perspective, okay? And you have to respect my perspective on that. So we're told.
I think they do. I mean, it's fine. I don't care if someone's like, I'm a she. That's okay. It's fine. I just won't address you as like it's. Okay, so I'll tell a weird story about this whole trans thing. It's not even trans actually, but one of my cousins is gay and she married a girl.
So it's
She's a girl
trans
too.
adjacent.
But this girl dressed just like a boy. She shaved her head, dressed like a boy. They had a wedding and she dressed in a suit and tie, put a top hat on, and had a shaved head. And so my grandparents, who were in their 70s at the time of their wedding, were very happy. They knew that there was a wedding, but they were old. And my grandmother was like, oh, it's very nice to meet you, young man. And this girl was like, I'm a girl, and screamed at my grandmother. And even my sister.
At your grandmother, like an older lady. Okay, keep going.
But it's confusing for older people. So like, you fucking bitch, like you made yourself look just like a dude, then talked to this older person deliberately. Then when she addressed you as a man, but what she said was, "It was very nice talking to you, young man." She wasn't being a bitch. She was being super nice.
She misgendered her.
But
She
was
did.
it? It was a boy that was transitioning to a girl. Is that what it was?
No, it was a girl who looked exactly like a boy. She wasn't even transitioning. She just shaved
she's
her
happened
head,
to
was
be
wearing a
very
suit and
masculine.
tie. Yes.
It's
And so my grandparents, being in their 70s and having no idea what's going on, addressed her as a boy, and she freaked out at them. And even my sister, who's very far left, was like, "That was awful. I can't believe she did that." And I was like, "No fucking shit. I am so glad I lived really far away during that wedding, because I would have fucking kicked the shit out of that girl who looked like a dude."
No, it's almost a
bullshit.
troll move, like on
is.
Primetime
Yeah.
99 all the times level, but
Yeah.
serious and taking it all the way. Like if he were to be at the school, the city council, whatever the fuck you were at, and like actually take it all the way outside and be like, "No, I'm fucking serious." But he's gonna break down laughing as soon as he passes the fucking doors. So
It's
there's
just
the
like,
difference.
understand what you like. Understand your own self. Obviously, this person had no idea what they looked like. That they looked exactly like a boy, and that a 70-year-old who was born in the 30s would have zero fucking clue that this was a girl who kind of looked like a boy. And then also just took pleasure just shitting all over them. Fuck that person. Fuck you wherever you are. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm being negative.
no, they like that. It's kind of like
It's
the
getting
activists,
late.
like, yeah, with the misgender. I know how it is kind of getting late, but you're right though. Why are they getting mad? I mean, it's just the culture clash.
Thank
of like,
you for listening
oh,
to
you know,
the
you
Chip
think
Bag.
I'm a
Please
boy
address
getting
all
mad at your
grievances
you know,
to
the
go fuck
grandparents. But what
yourself
did they
at
say? Were they like,
yourmom.com.
what was
See you
this
next week.
freak? Did they have some sort of weird response? Or they just like, I'm so sorry. What did they say?
Yes, they were very apologetic and like humbly walked away because they're nice fucking people. And so just hearing about that whole interaction made me so angry, and I've learned to deal with it. I'm just telling it again and rehashing it now. I'm getting all angry again. But
Whatever.
it's just frustrating because my grandparents are super nice. They would, if someone had said to them in advance, "Hey, this person right here who looks literally exactly like a boy is actually a girl," they would have called that person a girl for sure.
Well,
They
do
just
you
had
remem-
no idea. They were blindsided.
Do you remember
they're
Andy
old.
Milonakis? Do you remember Andy Milonakis? He had a show on MTV, but he's like this guy he looks really old, but I mean, he looked really young, but he's older. I don't know. He's on MTV. If you don't know what I'm talking about, he's like an IRL streamer, but he looks, let me do a screenshot. Let me show you who Andy Milonakis is.
What's an IRL streamer? I'm old, dude.
Okay,
I don't know
hold
what
on.
you're
Hold
talking
on.
about.
Let me tell you, Andy Milonakis is mistaken for a girl.
How can you be an in real life
Hold on.
streamer?
Hold on.
It's,
Andy
well,
Milonakis.
That's
Hold on,
confusing,
right?
This
dude.
sounds from
you're gonna see. Okay. Hold on. Now we're gonna do a screen share. You guys,
Okay.
Let me transition.
While you do that, while you do that, I got to address a thing in the comments. Systems Planet says it would be better if you lost your shirts. I don't want to lose my shirt. Dude.
No, take your shirt off. System Planet loves no shirts, dude. He would love. I know he'll tip you a bunch if. Okay.
Okay, fine, fuck. I'll take my shirt
I
Yeah,
off.
take
can't
it off.
take my
No,
shirt
not
off.
You can take
yours.
yours
it
off.
was-
It's
I
fine.
can't take my shirt
No,
off.
but
It's
System
fine.
Planet
Oh,
always
you
has his
flipped
shirt
it.
off.
Okay.
Wow,
There we
look
go.
at that. System's Planet is weird. He always has his shirt off. Hey, I respect it.
Why? Why would he
I like-
always have his shirt off?
I don't know, but watch this. Okay, watch this video. This is a guy that he used to have an MTV show, and he's like 39 years old, but he has this syndrome where he looks really young, and people always think he's a girl.
Oh.
So watch these clips. He does a bunch
He
of
looks like he's 8.
yeah, but he's one. Yeah, exactly. He's one of the most famous IRL streamers. Hold on. He used to be. Oh shoot. Let me turn on the
That's cinnamon.
shoot volume.
$50. All right, I want that one.
Watch. He's trying to buy Nicorette gum.
Okay, sounds good. I don't need a California ID. I just look really young.
She says no to him.
Do
Hold
you
on.
guys have scan?
Look. Oh.
I don't have another ID. I have a social security number with my name on it. Thank you. To show you that that's me. I have.
She says no. He leaves.
I'm buying
Look.
Better
Oh.
Business Bureau, and then I'm gonna throw a fit.
Okay, hold on, but you gotta see him.
I'm good.
Hold on, I want you to see him mistaken for a girl. Like this guy's trying to kiss him. He thinks it's a girl.
No, I'm very shy. I'm very shy. I like to meet people first. Sorry, I'm a little. Maybe I don't know.
That's a drunk guy that thinks it's a girl.
what the hell could he
oh my
possibly
God.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Did you see him? Did you like anything, miss?
Would you like anything, miss?
Oh my God.
Did you catch that? Would you like anything,
Yeah.
miss? Yeah, and so what I'm saying is, the reason why I'm bringing this up is Andy Milonakis is really cool. It sucks. This happens to him. He's like, he laughs it off. He's like, it kind of sucks.
That's
I'm not-
perfect. That's exactly what you should do. Like shit's gonna happen in
What
your
kind
life,
of
no
a
matter
syndrome
what.
is that, though?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like
let's see.
whatever people have, everyone's different. You have to just deal with the shit that comes into your life and laugh it off. You have to. Otherwise, you're just
he
gonna
knows,
fucking
and he knows he's
wallow
being
in it.
recorded, so it's easier to laugh shit off. Like
That's cool
That's
that
true.
he made a thing that makes it funny though, and makes
no,
other
it's
people
great. I want to party
aware
with
of
that
it
dude
and
or
laugh
chick,
at it.
whatever
Yeah.
he wants to go by. I'll party with you. I'll
Hey,
buy you
his
a
name's
White
Andy,
Claw
yeah.
like anytime.
He just
Come at
has
me,
a
bro.
he just has a growth hormone in his, issue. That's why he grows. I guess he
So
didn't. That's why,
why
he
don't
didn't
we
age.
bottle that shit and
that is.
serve
It's
it up. You know?
It's called HGH. Look at your shirtless Joe. Wow.
Oh
Wow. Sis is playing it. Wait, is he in the Rokfin chat? Obviously, I bet he's pawned, dude. Let me
yeah. Oh
see.
yeah. Oh no, he tipped us. Oh dude,
Yeah, he
thanks.
better tip
Shirts
you.
block
I told
the
you he's
sun.
gonna tip you. I told you he's gonna tip your ass. I said if you take off your shirt, he'll tip you. I swear. Ha.
He said, so his tip says shirts block the sun creates vitamin D prevents COVID, shirts cause COVID. I might need to snip
Okay.
that soundbite and put it
There
into
you
our
go.
intro.
Yeah, shirts do cause COVID. All right, so what do you guys want to wrap up? Are you guys want to wrap this up here in a minute? Or you want to?
Yeah, let's wrap up. Ben had to go. He felt like
Yeah.
he had to barf. I don't know. Like
And we've said so much shit. I better delete this off my fucking. I mean, I'm gonna have to repost it with all the vaccine. No, it's fine with all the bleeped out. Like I've had to bleep out that Harrison Smith thing, but you're gonna be able to find this on Rokfin. You're gonna be able to see it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or not Instagram, but literally 10 other platforms. But we're gonna take this off the YouTube because we said so much.
can you
vaccine
bleep
shit.
out my shirtless ass?
No, I want to show
No,
that.
that
'cause
stays.
That
That stays.
Systems Planet will give
I
me
have jiggle
donations
tits
for that.
though. Look at them. Look at them jiggle.
Aw.
I think they look good. See, I stopped eating meat, so I eat all this tofu. So I'm a soy boy. So I'm getting a gyno. So I have big tits now.
Are you
Not
still
really.
doing the Diet Dr. Pepper shit? Or what?
Yes, it's so fucked up. Look, Shay TK, $10 donation. Oh, and I got a bunch of donations on Rokfin. I think I $19. Philip LaMonica, Shay TK, and Roids X, and Keep Looking Up donated. So awesome. So thank you for all the donations. Listen, and for my audience, guys, everybody needs to go leave a good review on Rokfin, or go subscribe and leave a nice comment on Legit Bat, and go subscribe to them. The people that we have 34 that are watching our Rokfin, so go over there and definitely check out Legit Bat because they're on Rokfin. So we need to get our Rokfin audience. We grow together. Rising tide raises all the ships. So I want to see you guys do well because that only makes my show do better selfishly. So I really want you guys to all go support Legit Bat and what
Thanks,
Joe, Jen,
dude.
and Ben are doing. So I appreciate you guys.
We don't
streaming
know
with
what
us
we're
tonight.
doing. Just full disclosure, we literally just invited you to come on with zero prep. We just said, "Hey, come on our show. Let's do this." And you came on and you fucking smashed. I don't know about us. People have different
You guys did
opinions.
it great. You guys
You
are
lost
White
your
Claw.
shirt, dude.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
did. I tell you guys crushed it. I think you guys did awesome. And
That's
I'm
a
telling
first.
I'm telling you though, it's like this is how I know that it matters. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Because like with those city council meetings, I went to about like 10 of them before the fucking one went viral. So I think that's with the show. You got to do like 100 shows or 500 shows before you kind of really hit your, before something breaks the seal and you explode. The champagne bottle goes poof. You know what I mean?
Dude, I broke the seal about a half hour ago. I've had to piss like 3 times. I'm
I
sorry.
bet you did.
I
All
have
right,
to
go
leave.
pee.
Like,
All right. We love y'all. We see you guys.
Bye.
See you YouTube. Peace. Say goodbye. Peace.
peace.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for listening to Legit Bat. Please address all content grievances to gofuckyourself@yourmom.com. See you next week.